Welcome to Genius Connect. Please subscribe and share.
Hello everyone, my name is Fatima Bora. I teach social science at Jai International School, and this lecture is in continuation with the previous one. We were studying the French Revolution. We studied how the French Revolution started, what were the main reasons for the French Revolution. We studied about subsistence crisis. We also studied about the division of the estates, the clergy, the nobility and the gentry. And the last thing that we studied about is the tennis court oath. When the Estates General Meeting was called by the king and the king did not give proper respect to the third estate members decided to form a group and walk out, and they decided to gather in a tennis court and take an oath. This oath was known as the tennis court oath. They decided that they are going to frame the Constitution of France, which they did. And after framing the Constitution of France, finally they dispersed. And after dispersing, now started the storming of the Bastille. Bastille was a huge prison at the time of King Louis XVI. Bastille stood for the King Louis XVI's power. In this Bastille, there were arms, ammunition, there were soldiers, and mainly the army heads of the army of King Louis XVI. In this particular army, King Louis XVI mainly trusted the topmost generals. And the topmost general was at that time present at Bastille when this angry crowd came and decided to break the Bastille. That was known as the storming of the Bastille. After making the constitution, the first attack that this crowd wanted to do, this crowd of general estate or the third estate, this crowd wanted to do the first attack on the king's power. And Bastille stood and represented the king's power. So they went and they fought with the army men, they fought with the king's army, and finally many from the king's army also joined the people's militia or the people's army. After joining the people's militia, they all together broke down the Bastille with the help of cannon. And after that, many of them took these small pieces of the Bastille to keep as souvenirs for a free France. They declared themselves free. The king sitting at the palace in Versailles was really terrified listening and hearing to all of this. The king decided to surrender to the people. He decided to look into the problems of the people. The people were really angry with the king because he had failed to provide them any facilities that were actually to be provided to general citizens. There was a lot of discrimination going on. The privileged sections were getting all they wanted while the poor were starving and they were dying of starvation. There was lack of communication. There was scarcity and eventually, most importantly, subsistence crisis. Subsistence crisis is a terrible situation. The poor or the middle class of a country do not get the basic means of livelihood. That is when this kind of a crisis comes. And when this comes, it's really dangerous for the leader. And that is why eventually King Louis XVI and Queen, both of them had to surrender and give up their powers, and constitutional monarchy came into enforcement. Now what is a constitutional monarchy? Constitutional monarchy basically means that the king would be there but only for the namesake. Actual power would be with the people's group, that was most importantly called as the National Assembly. The National Assembly comprised of people of France. There were total some 28 to 29 million people at that point of time in France. And out of this 28-29 million people, only 4 million were the ones who were eligible to vote. Now the reason why only 4 million were eligible to vote is because there were some preconditions. The preconditions were that anybody who wanted to vote had to be a male. Females did not have the right to vote. So if a person wants to vote, he has to be of or above the age of 25 years. Being the age of 25 years, he could be eligible to vote. And apart from this, one most important characteristic or one most important criterion to be eligible to vote was that this particular person also had to be educated or rich. So either he had to be educated. If he is not educated, he at least has to be rich. If he is both, then he would get a chance to be a part of the electors. So from this 28 million people who were known as passive citizens, there were only 4 million who were active citizens. Active citizens had the right to vote. These active citizens were then allowed to select electors from among them. From this 24 million people, 4 million were selected. This 4 million were the ones who were going to select electors. 50,000 electors were selected. From this 50,000 electors, further a National Assembly comprising of 785 members was created. This particular National Assembly was the National Assembly of France, and they were going to rule. They were going to control the king, they were going to control the king's ministers, and the king only had veto power. So that's all about the arrangement of the constitutional monarchy. In the next lecture, we shall know more about the French Revolution. Thank you.
I hope you all would have enjoyed this video. Subscribe to Genius Connect and put on the notification to receive more such videos. Like and share this video too. Thanks for watching.